Welcome to the English for Success podcast. I'm your English for Success coach, Shane Mackey, and today we're talking all about speaking. Okay, so this is probably going to be an interesting podcast for you today. But I want this one to be a little different. The last few podcasts we've done here were live on YouTube and in the Facebook community. So the last few ones I've been recording, I've been creating material, so I haven't been very interactive. But today I'd like to be interactive with all of you. So if you're watching today, this is your opportunity to interact with me, and you can interact by the comments. Okay, putting down from time to time I'll ask you a question, and I'll put your comment up here on the screen, and we can discuss any questions you may have. Okay, so let's get active here today, and let's get started. As I said, we're live on YouTube. If you want the link for our YouTube page, I'll share that with you a little later on towards the end, and we're going to give you lots of tips and tricks on how you can improve your speaking here today. So let's get started, and this is the key to speaking. This is my 20 plus years of teaching and coaching English condensed down into my top tips. Okay, so there's a lot of value here today. I encourage you to stick around and watch this. And what we're talking about, everything we do, right? Everything, I'm going to try my best every time I start this podcast to brainwash you about this idea, right? That you have to remember that, learning English is not a subject that you need to study, right? It's a lifestyle. Okay, it's all about creating a lifestyle. That's how you're going to become fluent. So in this video, we're going to help you to create this lifestyle, and we're going to talk about how you can activate your language, because a lot of people, they have dormant language, or language that's not active in their minds. Okay, so we'll tell you how to activate your language, how to increase your fluency, how you can build confidence when speaking, ways to practice speaking, and also I'm going to give you one of the best daily strategies that you can use in your lifestyle, okay, to improve your speaking. Okay, so let's get started here. But before we do, please like this video, whether you're on YouTube or in the Facebook community. The reason why I'm asking you today to like this video is because, first of all, we can get some feedback, right? So we can see what specifically you need, what you want. If you like this style, then you'll get more of this. But also, it's going to benefit yourself, because when any action you take when you're learning something will help you to get results. Okay, so you don't want to be completely passive here. Click like on this video, and it also helps other people, because if more people like it in the community, then other people will get the benefit. They'll be notified by Facebook, and they'll see that this video is available. And of course, you're showing your appreciation. Okay, we put a lot of effort into creating these podcasts to give you as much value as possible here in the community. So first of all, let's talk about how you can automate your vocabulary. Okay, at this stage, I want to just come across to check that we are live, and we have a question already. All right, on YouTube. All right, cool. So this is John. Hi, John. Should I face any limitations to building up a lifestyle? This is a great question. What are the limits? I presume you're asking, is it difficult? What problems will you face when building up a lifestyle? And it is all down to habits. It's the same, right? You have a lifestyle for exercising, for working out, for getting fit. You have the same thing for any habits you want to instill. So the problems that will arise is starting the habit is the most difficult part. Okay, I'm sure you can remember a time in your life where you were starting a new habit, maybe exercising, working out, and Getting started was the most difficult part. Once it's part of your lifestyle, it's very easy to keep the momentum moving. Okay, science tells us that it takes about 21 days to instill a habit and make it automatic. So, my advice is, first of all, do it every day. Whatever you want to start, do it every day. Even if it's a short amount of time, do it every day. That's how you make it a lifestyle. Second of all, follow your passion. What is important to you? Okay, why do you need to improve your English? What And use your passion to dictate what you do, the practice you do. Okay, so you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it to make it part of your lifestyle. Thanks for your question, John. Okay, so if you have any questions as you're watching here, pop them up and write them down in the comments, and I'll bring them up on the screen and we can discuss them. And also, just tell us where you're watching from, okay? It's always nice to see we have people from all around the world here. So tell us where you're watching from. Just in the comments, say hello, tell us where you're watching from. I'd love to hear the different nationalities we have here today. So we're talking about activating this, or sorry, automating, not yet, automating the vocabulary, well, activating as well. So let me give you a very clear example. I have in the full program, some of my students, one common mistake that arises is we have this sentence, I enjoy. People say, I enjoy ride a bike. I enjoy mountain climb. And this is something that we want to make it automatic. Okay, you want to be, this is something that comes up a lot of the time. To speak about an activity, you use the gerund or the ing form. So I enjoy climbing. Okay, now what this activity, a lot of you probably know this rule. A lot of my students know this already, but when they have their communication practice, they don't do it correctly. It's not automatic. Okay, so this activity can help you to automate any vocabulary or any language that you're learning. Okay, what you do is you repeat and juggle. All right, so what juggle means? I'm not going to give you a demonstration right now, but if you have 2 or 3 balls and you throw them up, this is juggling. Okay, so it's to change, to mix it up. Okay, to juggle. So how do you do this activity? Let's see, we have some more. Okay, so John Blant is in Bangladesh. Okay, that's fantastic. And we also have someone coming in from Tahir. Tahir is his name, from Jaipur in India. Nice to have you with us. It looks like Tahir is in the Facebook group. So what is the repeat and juggle activity? How can you automate this new language? Okay, so basically it works like this. You come across a new piece of language, or a piece of language that you want to be using automatically, correctly. What you do is you repeat it first of all. So if you hear it in in your favorite series or on a podcast like this here now, you repeat after the speaker says it. And I'm sure you're doing that already, but what you want to do is you want to juggle, right? You want to mix it up. Okay, so you could say, I enjoy climbing. Then you could, for example, use different things. I enjoy surfing. I enjoy painting. I enjoy cooking. Different activities. I enjoy visiting my grandmother every weekend. Okay, so juggle it up with different, here we're talking about different objects, but you can also juggle it by changing the structure or changing the tense. So you could say, I used to enjoy climbing. Then I had an accident, so I had to stop. Okay, so you're engaging your brain, you're using the language, you're juggling, and that's how you make it automatic. That's how you will be in the future, be able to use it correctly when you're speaking with real people. So practice now, all right? So below this video, I want you to comment, give us some examples of something that a part of the language you've just learned. Okay, maybe it's a vocabulary word, maybe it's an idiom, maybe it's a structure, maybe it's a conditional, a tense, whatever it is. Comment below, write an example, okay? Maybe you can give the original place you found it. Maybe it was reading an article somewhere, reading a book, and then juggle Experiment, okay? Try using it in different ways. Change the subject, change the object, change the structure, change the tense, okay? Remember, get active here. Don't just watch these or listen to these podcasts and not take any action. When you take action, you remember and you automate it. The next thing I want to speak about here is fluency. A lot of people who contact me looking for help, they have to stop to try to think of the vocabulary or to put the sentences together, to structure or to translate. Okay, so this is a sign of a lack of fluency. What does fluency mean? Flow, like a liquid. The language should flow naturally from you. So how can you improve your fluency? Well, there are a number of ways to do this, but the one that I want to mention to you here today is we have a question about podcast, right? So podcast and broadcast, very similar. Podcast is being used at the moment. It's a very popular term. It was originally just for listening, but now we have video podcasts as well. This is a video podcast. It's also an audio podcast as well. But and broadcast just means to go out on all of the stations. That's what a broadcast means, to send out the signal. So at the moment, very few people would describe this as a broadcast. Okay, podcast is more common. Okay, so what are we talking about? Increasing fluency. Okay, so how can you do this? Well, the best piece of advice I can give you here in this short clip is to focus on chunks of the language. They're big pieces, not just words. Don't learn new words in isolation. Learn it as a chunk. Okay, so how do you do this, right? A group of words together so you can focus on collocations. Collocations are words that are often found together in English. Okay, so I'm going to give you a great, if you're interested for a great resource to find collocations, comment below. Okay, so comment for the link, type in collocations. Okay, or type in link. If it's going to take you too long to type collocations, just type link. We'll understand, and someone will send you the link for this great resource online to find collocations. So as I said, collocations are groups of words found together. So here's an example, right? If you're focusing on the word shopping, okay, so you need to learn groups of words or chunks that you can use in real conversation. So when you're communicating with someone, you're not putting all of the separate words together. Okay, so you can, for example, here, a verb plus shopping. What verbs can you use with shopping? Okay, so you can say to be laden with shopping. That means to have a lot of shopping in your hands. Okay, carry the shopping, put away the shopping, unpack the shopping. So you see what we're doing here? We are learning groups. Okay, we're learning chunks of words together. We don't just learn the word shopping, right? I'm sure you already know the word shopping, but whatever, think of this in respect to whatever you may be learning. If you learn a new word, you can comment below here. I'll give you the link to find great collocations in English, and then learn chunks. Okay, to be laden with shopping, to unpack the shopping. Okay, we have lots of examples here, and this is actually from the link I'll send to you if you request it in the comments. We can use adjectives. Okay, so the weekend shopping, the weekly shopping, the Christmas shopping. We can use, and then there's more verbs. Okay, you can say go do the shopping, or we could say last minute shopping. Okay, so this is what we're talking about here. We're talking about learning in chunks. This is how the best way you can improve your fluency is by focusing on groups of words. Okay, we have someone else has commented here looking for collocations. We'll get that sent to you after this video. And we have Namfon is sharing the YouTube. I'm going to talk a little bit about the YouTube later, our YouTube channel. We don't really focus on the YouTube channel, but at the moment we're developing it. So there are lots of resources there. So, and if you guys, we have 5,000 people here in the Facebook community. So if you guys would like to go over and follow the YouTube, it's more organized for these podcasts and things like that. And likewise, if you're in the YouTube, if you're following us on YouTube and you want to get into the Facebook community, then you can comment Facebook group below and we'll get on to you and we'll show you how you can apply to join the Facebook group. So this is my best tip for increasing fluency. Just to clarify, if you're joining us a little late here today we are talking about speaking. Okay, there are a lot of things that you need to focus on for your lifestyle, right? Your lifestyle to become fluent in English. But one of the main thing that people need, I know because I'm talking to so many people, that people need speaking. They want to focus on their speaking. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here today, how you can improve your speaking. So the next thing we're going to mention here is confidence. Confidence is the number one factor for you to reach success in life. And a lot of people contact me and they say, I have people, for example, a few people from Thailand in the program who, some of them they have their own businesses, they're very successful, or they're managers or whatever, and they're very confident when they speak their native language. But when they change to English, that confidence disappears and they don't feel confident. So, and we've other people in the program who have a position of leadership and they have to lead in English. They can do it in their native language, but when it's English, they don't have that confidence. And you cannot be a leader in today's world without feeling confident. So let's talk about how you can become confident or speak English with confidence, because this is vital, extremely important. Well, the most important thing is to regularly push your comfort zone. What's your comfort zone? Your comfort zone is where you feel comfortable, the things you do all of the time. Okay, and I'm sure you feel confident doing the things you do all of the time. But what you want to do is you want to push your comfort zone. You want to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. That's when you get experience. And that's where confidence comes from, is experience. So how can you push your comfort zone? Well, you need to get used to, first of all, interacting with other people. Okay? You cannot become confident communicating with other people in English without communicating with other people. Okay, this seems obvious, but a lot of people are not getting this experience. Okay, so this is key. You can practice yourself, and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can do that in a few minutes. But this is a good start, but you need to be communicating with other people to feel that confidence, to be able to do it. You need to get used to being nervous, feeling nervous. Okay, this is part of pushing your comfort zone. Feeling fear or feeling nervous is a good sign. It means that you are getting out of your comfort zone. You are challenging yourself, and that's when you develop. Okay, so you need to what does get used to mean? It means that it is normal for you. It means that you feel comfortable doing this because it's normal. Okay, so you need to get used to being nervous, doing things that make you feel nervous. And key, you need to get used to making mistakes. You need to understand making mistakes is a natural part of learning. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. Maybe there is if you don't learn from the mistakes, but you need to get used to making mistakes. And in our program, for example, it's a safe place, and I always speak with the learners and my clients, and I say, number one is get over your fear of making mistakes, because if you're afraid of making mistakes, you're going to speak less. You're not going to speak out. That means you're not going to get the practice, and you're not going to build that confidence. Okay, So understand, if you take anything from this video, please understand that you need to get used to making mistakes. Mistakes are your friend, right? So this is the key for developing confidence, okay, is to push your comfort zone. Speak in situations where you don't feel comfortable. Get that experience interacting with other people, okay? If you need a place to do this, we have it. We have it in English for Success in the full program. I'll be speaking a little bit more about that in a minute, but you can comment below if you would like to apply. Comment apply below if you'd like to learn some more about how we could help you push your comfort zone and get this experience. So, what is the best way to improve your speaking? Let's see if I can get some answers. How many people are watching me here live now? Let's see. We have it's hard to tell, but I think 9 people are watching me here live. So let's see who can answer this question. What is, in your opinion, what's the best way to improve your speaking? All right. This is where we want to get some interaction here. Okay. If you're watching live, comment in the comments below. What's the best way to improve your speaking? There's no wrong answers here, okay? This is just your opinion, okay? It's always interesting to hear different people's opinions. What is the best way to improve your speaking? Comment below, okay? Let's see if we can get someone here. Comment below. What is the best way to improve your speaking? Let's hear your input. Let's hear your ideas, everybody. What is your, you're all learning English. You all have experience. You all have valuable experience. In your opinion, what is the best way to improve your speaking? If you're watching this later on the replay and we're not live anymore, you can still comment. We'll come back and we'll see it later. We have a great answer here. Practice. Okay. By the way, if you want your name to appear, you can give StreamYard permission by going to Facebook/StreamYard, and then your name will appear. Practice. Exactly. That is. Here we have someone else is saying, speak English every day. I couldn't agree more. Exactly. Speak English every day. Right. So these answers are coming in. I agree 100%. Okay. So I've given an even simpler answer to this. What's the best way to improve your speaking? Is to speak. Okay. Right. That's it. You can't make it more simple than this. Okay. So how can you get this speaking practice? Well, what I do with my clients is we have a big focus on speaking in the program, because this is what, if you want to develop your confidence, your fluency, your skills in communicating, you have to speak. So what we have is, first of all, we have the EFS, English for Success buddy system. This is something that it's a new addition to the program. And what it means is that you have people that you can practice with outside of the live classes and things like that. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more information in a moment, but this is, have a partner, a speaking partner. But it's not just the same thing every day. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. What are you doing? Nothing much. You need to develop a plan, okay? So as I said, I'll speak about it in a moment. Then we also have in the program, we've weekly group coaching, and this adds to communication practice as well. We have up to 2 hours a week of weekly group coaching. We also have live communication practice activities up to 4, sometimes more than 4 hours of live communication practice where our clients are practicing speaking. And on top of that, we have lifestyle activities, because as I said to you, you need to make this part of your lifestyle. We have in coaching, I coach my students and I train them, and we discuss how they can incorporate more speaking into their lifestyle. So we have lots of different ways of speaking. Let me see what's coming up here. We have John again thinking. all in English, even grammar might be wrong. Listening and repeating same conversation and record. Okay, so so this is probably an answer to how can you improve your speaking. Thinking in English, right? Even the grammar, good. Okay, I don't know why you're saying it might be wrong. Even the grammar might be wrong. Okay, I understand what you're saying. So just thinking in English. Yes, people always ask me, how can I think in English? You cannot just automatically change and say, now I'm thinking in English. That's not the way it works. You have to do it deliberately. You have to set yourself a target and a goal, and you have to say, right, I'm going to deliberately think in English. This is like self-talk. And I'm going to give you an activity that you can do as well. But basically, you can walk around and you can talk about what you see, what you are doing. You can talk about your plans. You can talk about how you're feeling, and you deliberately narrate this in your mind in English. Okay, this is how you think in English. A lot of people don't know. They say, how do I think in English? You have to start by doing it deliberately. Okay, you have to consciously start saying things to yourself in English. Don't worry about looking crazy or thinking you're crazy, because we do this all the time in our native languages anyway. We're always talking to ourselves. Just do it in English. And listening and repeating the same conversation and recording. Excellent tip. Thank you very much, John. That's great to improve your speaking. Yes. We also have Namfana saying the best way of improving is with. So Namfana's in the program and she's very active in the EFS buddy system. And there's no judging. Yeah, that's really, really important. There's no judging. We have a great community in the program, and everybody is very positive, and there's no judging. People are just communicating in English and enjoying communicating with their friends. They're encouraging me and inspiring each other as well. Yeah, this is a big part of having a buddy system, right? Thanks for sharing that, Nam Fun. So, yeah, let's take a look. We're going to finish up here. We're going to give you a quick explain each of these in a little bit of detail here now. So first of all, a buddy system. As I said, this is not just it. You can just do daily, conversations about what you're doing, but it's much more effective if you have structure, different things you want to talk about. What are you reading in at the moment in English? What are you listening to? How are you feeling about your English? Okay, we have a full structure in the program of topics about what the people can speak about in the EFS buddy system. Okay, they're sending video messages to each other. So this is accountability. Right? It makes you feel responsible for your learning, for your improvement. You're doing it with friends. Very important. On top of that, as I said, in the program, we have group coaching. So we talk about lifestyle. How's your lifestyle? How are you moving towards your goals? How has this week been? Did you get enough speaking practice in? Did you join the live communication practice session? And we talk about, what is the best next step towards reaching our goals, basically. So my clients get, up to 2 hours of communication practice here, but it's very focused on reaching their goals, how they can best reach their goals. And then we have the live communication practice activities. We have 4 hours at least of communication practice, and this is very deliberate practice. Okay, so you need to realize there are 3 main ways that you can practice your speaking, practice your communication skills. And this is what I do with my clients as well. Okay, first of all, we have structured practice. This helps you to automate and to make sure you're speaking accurately. So you have structured practice on particular target language. If you want to be negotiating, you want to be, maybe using a particular structure like the conditional or the perfect, you have structured communication practice to improve your accuracy. Then we have discussion activities that can improve your fluency. So this is less structured, it's less planned, it's more spontaneous, but you have to get this experience of engaging in discussions to improve your fluency. Okay, obviously this is done with real people. Okay, self-talk can also help with these communication practice activities. You need to be doing with real people. And finally, we have high level communication practice activities. And this is where our clients really use all of the skills that they're learning in the program and they put them together to achieve high level communication. Okay, we have a lot of different high level communication activities where they're challenged and they're out of their comfort zone, so they're forced to develop and then get that confidence. After you've engaged in some high level communication activities, you feel that power. You're ready to go out into the real world and engage in a meeting or do a presentation or negotiate with people. And of course, a very important part of this is feedback. Okay, you're getting feedback on what we do with my clients. We have communication activities where they obviously here I'm doing all of the speaking, but in the communication practice activities in the program, they are doing all of the speaking. Okay, and the coach, myself, is making a note of where they can improve what they're doing well, and at the end of the session they get that feedback so they can take on board the feedback, and the next time they improve. It's like a spiral. Okay, always improving, always making mistakes, learning from your mistakes and improving and getting better next time. So if you would like, if this is something you're looking for at the moment, if you're tired of trying to do this alone, if you want a full system, a full community, and a step-by-step system with all the practice you need, and this is the goal we set inside the program, is speak English like a pro in 6 months. 6 months. Okay, so if you're interested, if you'd like to know more about how we could start working together doing this, you can comment EFS. EFS stands for English for Success. That's the name of our full program. Okay, so if you'd like to know more about it, comment EFS below and someone will contact you with some information, and yeah, we'll have a little chat and see. Then finally, today, we're going well over time here, okay, because I'm trying to get more interactive with you. Normally, I keep below 20 minutes, but today I'm opening more freestyle. I want to be speaking with you all, and I want that feedback. I want to hear you speaking back to me. So at this stage, I'd like you to comment and tell us, do you engage in self-talk? Do you make speaking a part of your lifestyle? And if you do, share how you do it below. Okay, we can all of the learners in this community can learn from each other, right? So comment below about how do you engage in self-talk? How do you practice speaking? Okay, we have a number of activities that we use as part of the lifestyle in the program, but I'm only going to share one with you here today. Okay, and this one is called the audio video diary, and this is one of the best practices, daily practices you can do to improve your fluency, okay, and develop, right? And it's an audio or video diary, and you don't need other people to do this, but it can really help you develop. All right, so what do? You record yourself every day, okay, daily. We talked about this already. This is how you get a habit, a routine. You do it daily. So record yourself on your phone, whatever. You don't need a fancy microphone that this guy has in the video. I've got one here as well. You don't need that, right? You can just do this on your phone. And what are you going to talk about? Well, think of it as a diary or a journal. You can talk about your day. What has happened that day? Well, you want to speak about highlights, so it's not the same every day. What was the best thing that happened today? Okay, what are the highlights of your day? What made today different than the other days? You can speak about what you have learned, okay? As you're on this journey, we're always developing, we're always learning, and this is specifically for your English. So speak about the new language you've learned, or what new tips or tricks you've learned. Maybe you've learned something here today in this podcast. And you can also speak about your plans for tomorrow. Okay, so here you're practicing using different structures. You can start using the future, going to for making plans here. You can use the past, or you can use the present perfect to talk about what you have learned. And what I really encourage you to do is use that new language that you're learning. Okay, use it or lose it. Okay, and this, a great advantage of having this recorded is that you can go back and you can observe your progress. Most people, most of my clients are people who contact me. They say, I don't think I'm making any progress. And this can really help because we are terrible as human beings. We're terrible at seeing ourselves, seeing our positive points, seeing our progress. Okay, so when you record a video, uh, any video of you speaking in English, but especially a daily video journal, you can go back 1 month ago, 2 months ago, or 3 months ago, and you will see your progress, guaranteed, if you do this every day. And then when you see your progress, you feel motivated. You feel proud of yourself. You get that reward, and that is your fuel, your energy to continue on this journey. Okay, so that is my best practice I want to share with you today. You can incorporate this into your lifestyle. It's called the audio video diary. So audio is just, if you don't want to record video, you can just do audio, but I advise you do video. Okay, it's much better, much more beneficial, much more interesting. As I said, we've also already shared the YouTube channel. It's there. Until now, we haven't really been focusing on YouTube. All of our energy is in the main program, really, but also in the free community on Facebook. So I encourage you, if you're in the English for Success podcast community on Facebook, you can go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel because it's more structured, and we're building that all of the time. So there's always new material going in there. So go over and subscribe to that. Make sure you don't miss any. You can go back and watch the old podcasts here as well. At the moment, we're doing a series of shorts, reels. Okay, they're all collected there. You may see them on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, but they're all collected here on YouTube. So it's a great resource for you to improve and get daily tips. So yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's below here. It's in the comments. It's already been added. We may add it again. And that's it. That is the podcast for today. Remember, the key word here is lifestyle. How do you make it part of your lifestyle? You do it every day, and you enjoy what you're doing. I will see you all in the next podcast. That is the key to speaking. The main thing you need to do is go out there and practice. I'll see you all in the next podcast. If you're watching the replay, continue commenting. We'll come back and check the comments later. Go out there and practice, everybody. Enjoy improving your English.